By the way, Garrett, Pick'em winner this week.
Who we got?
Chris Jenkins.
Congrats, Chris.
Chris is a Longhorn fan. He went 11-0.
Damn.
We had several people go 11, like, you know.
I think I went 6-4.
Oh, sorry, no, wait. That's not what it was. Never mind. Hold on. I have to look to each person's week. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Because I know TCU let me down.
Yeah. I am, okay, never mind. Okay, he is, Craig, by the way, for us, Craig is now leading at 29-11.
That checks.
Jack is 27-13. I am 25-15. Smokey is 25-15. You are 23-17.
Coming back, man.
And
I think Emory's like, what, 19?
Emory's just not on the board.
Yeah, not a good week for me.
Dang, come on, Emory.
Yeah. So no. But no, Craig's done well.
Yes.
Craig's done very well. Hold on, let me see what he did this week. Craig was 8-2 this week. SC and TCU were his losses.
Yeah, those were both mine. Two of mine.
Jack, Georgia Tech, and SC. Let's see. You, SC, OSU, TCU, Baylor.
Yeah.
Hold on. Did Jack also pick Baylor? Yes, Jack also picked Baylor. Smokey's losses, SC, OSU, TCU. Hold on. I can sort these alphabetically. That'd be a lot easier. Mine, I missed 4 this week. I missed Kansas. I missed SC. I missed TCU. And I missed Baylor.
Yeah, dude, Jalen Daniels is a mess right now.
I think Jeff Grimes is not long.
We know that.
I think that's not long before they change that.
No. But, yeah, they can't do anything. He looks like a shell of himself. Like, that whole offense is – I mean, and you kind of knew that with Kolonicki leaving, but the fall-off that we've seen is just surprising, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's completely on Jalen Daniels. I think that part of it is just they've got, like, there's maybe a culture issue. Like, he does look like a guy who's really rusty and then is now playing in a slightly different offense, and it's just not.
Well, outside of Grimm, like, he really doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to.
Arnold's not bad. I mean,
He's
like,
not bad, but
they've got guys that they liked. And I think part of it also was not building the game around the running backs early.
Right.
Like
that's been a mistake.
Like, now they were doing that. But defensively, like, right at the end, Garrett Green did Garrett Green things. And I think he might be one of the more frustrating players for a fan base ever because he has games where you're like, what are you doing? And then he has a fourth quarter like he did the other day where he was just a super athlete.
And that's how he's been the whole time, though.
Running around, so.
I thought he would be more consistent with it this year. And after watching that Penn State game, I was like, okay, this is the same old Garrett Green. It's just kind of been the same with it, man. But
yeah. So, I don't know. But the Big 12, here's my thoughts on the Big 12 in general. I wonder.
I don't think they have a playoff team. Personally.
I mean, they have a team that's going to be in the playoff,
but
I don't know how they have a team that can win a playoff game right now.
Right, that's a better way of putting it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they have a team. So.
But, like, looking at it, like, I know a lot of people complain about it being SEC heavy or everything, but I think if you realistically look, like, it's a separation. The teams that are there for a reason. And looking at the Big 12, like, if you have, I don't know, because I think it's really going to come down to that Iowa State game with Utah. What's that? November 23rd, October 23rd.
Yeah,
that's going to be an important one. And then if UCF can keep rolling, but yeah, that's about your only hope. But I don't think anybody can really make a run in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's. I haven't seen, like, I think this is a really good league, and it's very evenly matched league.
It's fun.
Clearly.
It's the best, most competitive for fun.
Yeah, it's the most competitive. The ACC is very similar. Mm-hmm. They're both very similar in this regard. By the way, Clemson's good. Clemson's good again.
That was very Oregon last year.
Now,
you remember how Georgia did Oregon? That's
now
the same thing.
They have played two very bad defenses, but what I saw this week against NC State was Garrett Riley's calling Garrett Riley's offense, and he's not calling Dabo's anymore. Like, those
Cade Klubnik's
concepts
been
are
totally
flipped.
different.
Yeah, their concept is flipped. They're like, yeah. And Cade Klubnik is the reason.
Yeah.
Letting Cade Klubnik run more, setting up design runs for him has opened things way up.
Filthy.
I do think Miami is better than them. And I think Miami is head and shoulders above the rest of the ACC. Right now, they are
Legit.
awesome.
Yeah.
They are very good. And they are so good that they are playing their way to wins where the coaching decisions don't matter. Like, they're not in a close game where Mario Cristobal has to make a decision.
Yeah.
He can just sit back and go, whatever.
But see, that's one of those things that could screw them in the end, because especially if you get like in the ACC championship game or you're in a playoff where it comes down to coaching, that's going to matter, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, but yeah, there are a lot. Let's talk about Mack Brown. So, also, by the way, apparently the same rule of offense, like the opposite rule of offense in the state of Iowa that was there for a couple years.
It's moved to the Carolinas.
The reverse rule is now in North Carolina, where North Carolina, we've got to get in front of the legislature. Apparently, tackling has become illegal and punishable by fines and even jail time, because neither of the big teams in North Carolina, NC State, and UNC,
It was embarrassing for both of them.
can play defense at all. At all. James Madison scored 70 against UNC. 70 points.
And they were like, this is
a year after they gave up 48 to another Sun Belt team in App State.
But like the week before, it was like 14-6 win against Gardner Webb. Like,
Yeah.
What the hell?
So, Mack Brown was very emotional after that loss and stated that he would step away in the locker room post game. Now, that caused a lot of scrambling from Bubba Cunningham on down to be like, are you serious about this? He's back at work. He's coaching the team. But Mack Brown is 73 years old. He went back. What I can say is he improved the football program at UNC. They are better than when he got there. What you can also say is they're not as good as they had hoped that they would be. And they're not contending. Like last year, people thought that they would be one of the teams that contended for the ACC title. Them and Clemson fell out of it so fast.
Yeah.
So fast that it was kind of over for them before it got started. Much like Florida State this year. But they fell out of it. So they're not contending for the conference crown. They lost an excellent quarterback, an excellent wide receiver to the NFL, along with some other players that were really good for them too. But they weren't good on defense last year either.
No.
They're worse on defense this year. They gave up 70 points to a very good James Madison team, admittedly. But you should not be letting Sun Belt teams roll into your stadium and score 70 points.
No.
Like that's not something you should do at North Carolina. But Mack Brown is going to continue, but I did just making top 5 notes. I kind of made a top 5 with coaches who are on their way out. And I kind of felt that about Mack Brown. And like this kind of solidifies my belief after this weekend that he's a guy who's not going to be there next year. And maybe, look, he has nothing to prove to anybody.
No.
He's one of the all-time greats. He's a college football Hall of Famer. He built back Texas to a national power, won a national championship, was a hair's breadth away from winning another one. And then, like all things end. Everything ends. He went back to North Carolina. He kind of pointed them in the right direction, got them right there, but maybe, just maybe, it's time for a new voice at North Carolina. And
well, things also changed since he's been there. The whole landscape shifted.
The whole landscape shifted. And so you know who I would hire? I'll give you 10 guesses.
Jamie Chadwell.
Jamie freaking Chadwell,
Jamie
North Carolina.
Chadwell.
He's perfect. Don't let the Gators get him.
Yeah, exactly.
Jamie Chadwell You know what? Hire him right now.
Right
Tell
now.
Mack, yes, retire. We're hiring Jamie Chadwell from Liberty. We don't care what happens to them. No. Yeah, no. That's, again, perfect
It would be
fit.
that would be a perfect fit for them.
Perfect.
I just
And it's a nice, like, Mack is I know that people want to go, like, sometimes you go from extremes to, like, tough guy coach to, like, nice guy coach or, like, they get somewhere in between. I think Jamie Chadwell's the perfect, like, if you want Mack Brown, like
a
younger kind of Mack Brown vibe, if that's what you like around your program, there you go.
Yep.
I have no, like, as a person who has very few good things to say about the people in Burnt Orange, I do give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And Mack Brown is one of the best human beings in coaching I've ever met. Mm-hmm. I love Mack Brown. He's always been very kind to me the 10 or so times that we've met. He's always been great to us when he's on the show. He carries himself with a class and dignity that he's above pettiness. He's not that guy.
He's a guy that, like,
he did, like, listen, horns down, it's kind of his fault.
Yeah,
but everybody has a sin. You know, let he is without sin cast the first stone.
I mean, he's like the guy that if Kurt Bull wasn't running the AFCA, you would want Mack to come in and take it over.
Yeah.
Like, you would, that's exactly who he is.
Yeah, he would advocate for coaches. He's very smart. Yeah. He's very good with players. But I do think that, like, this is it.
It's got to be his last year.
In 73, he's made a bunch of money.
I mean, like, he's hit with some quarterbacks, but they haven't really been like that next level. The Max Johnson thing, I didn't like. Unfortunately, he had that injury, but
look, your usual, like, there's two kinds of quarterbacks that are on their third school and acceptable. Mm-hmm. There's Cam Ward, who's the outlier.
Yes. And
then there's the Max Johnsons of the world, who are Max Johnson is a backup quarterback.
Absolutely is.
He's a very good backup quarterback.
Make a lot of money in the NFL probably being a backup.
Yeah, but he's not a
you're not winning a championship with him.
Go 10-2 or better with Max Johnson.
No.
That's not who he is. And it's never been who he is.
No.
Again, if you have a 3-game stretch where, you know, your quarterback's got a soft tissue injury and needs to sit down and you've got to hopefully go 2-1. I trust Max Johnson to go 2-1 or 3-0.
Oklahoma State could have used him.
Yeah. But do I trust Max Johnson to start all 12 games and us be a playoff team if that's my team? No, I don't. I absolutely don't. So Erica Creech, referendum, defense and K-12 curriculum, North Carolina. Couldn't you just see like a second grade teacher been like, all right, okay, here's this is a cover 2 defense. It's like in first, like in kindergarten, you get cover 0. In first grade, you get cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. Then you get into like dime. You get into, like, you know, as you get into high school, these are 3-3. This is the 3-3-5.
Yeah.
You can take AP.
You get Manny Diaz
complex
comes in and teaches you
blitz packages where you're watching stuff from like Dick LeBeau. Yeah, Erica Creech on fire today.
Oh, love it.
Absolutely. Post of the day. I would love to see that.
That would be funny.
You know, little North Carolina middle school.
Yeah.
Oh, look, little Emery's got all A's and 1 C. What are you going to see in? I'm sorry to tell you, your son doesn't understand stunts or how to blow up a trap block or even the fundamentals of bump and run coverage. I mean, he's
struggling.
He's in 6th grade, but he is defensing on a 3rd grade level right now. I don't know what to say. I mean, we can put him in a remedial class. It's not going to count towards his graduation credits, but I think it's probably time. I love people who give me material.
Right. This is going to be a whole damn bit.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'll tell you, that's where this show is going to be headed one day. When we get the production dollars, half this thing's going to be sketches. I'm just telling you.
It's on.
You just let me roll with it. That's what it's going to be.
We workshopped a good one on Friday.
We did.
We'll
What
let
was
that
the
be.
one we workshopped on Friday?
The coach kids.
Oh, the coach kid. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot that happened this week. And I know that like Mondays just is kind of the days that we kind of roll through things and, there's no point to the show. I will say this. Hey, Texas Tech played some defense the other day. They played some defense.
They're getting better.
Yeah, they're getting better.
A long ways to go.
Yeah, and now look, Arizona State, I think that was maybe about more where they are, but a one-score game. Cam Scattaboo, 2 touchdowns though, but
That's a given.
he had 177 total yards on 24 touches. So
Dude's a stud.
he's unbelievable. But if Taj Brooks, here's the other thing you need about Tech. If Taj Brooks is playing in the game, it's a different thing for Texas Tech. Guess who he didn't play against? Wazoo. And guess what happened? Not good.
They're really Wazoo's fun. They're good.
Not good. Yeah. So they'll get there. Josh Kelly, how about 10 catches for him?
Yeah.
The other day. So yeah, I think I've gotten to most of the Big 12 and most of the national stories that matter. Is there anything I left out as we're hearing?
Harold Perkins tore his ACL. He's done for the year.
I didn't want to talk about that, Garrett. I knew it would be really sad for you.
This sucks.
The last 2 years for Harold Perkins have been kind of a house of horrors.
You know what this is reminding me of? It's starting to give me, and it's 2 totally different circumstances, but it's starting to give me the Honey Badger vibes where you saw the potential, and unfortunately they had to kick him off the team. Perk just is going to be one of those that's kind of lost of the what could have been, and hopefully he gets healthy and goes on to have a successful NFL career. But man, yeah, defense, that's 3 season-ending injuries right now for LSU. 2 of them on defense, pretty brutal. Garrett Nussmeier's balling his ass off though. He's like 110 completions so far, the most in LSU history. The offense looks pretty good. Defense still suspect. Braden Swenson's a dude. He's definitely going to have to take up and make up for what Perk they're going to miss with Perk. But not a good year, man. Not a good year for LSU.
Yeah, not a good year at all.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something else.
I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I know. Hugh Freeze.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Hugh Freeze in the last 5 minutes here.
Bo Wallace went at him.
Bo Wallace went at him.
At him.
Because he used Bo Wallace as an example and was like, hey, this guy's never done anything for me in my post-football career for him.
Surprise, surprise.
But not even Bo Wallace going at him. Had Bo Wallace never said a word, I would have felt the same way when I heard him throwing his quarterbacks all under the bus.
That's
okay,
typical.
You're supposed to be the guru, bro. You're the one who came in, and you're the one who's supposed to have fixed this. You're the one who went and got Peyton Thorne and was like, hey.
We're riding with him.
We're going to ride with Peyton Thorne. Well, so Peyton Thorne's problems were all Mel Tucker's fault? That was why he wasn't that good? It was Mel Tucker and their staff? Maybe that's what he is.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and look, this is the best thing about a lot of coaches and simultaneously the worst thing is they're all confident that whatever that athletic ability they saw, that they can take it, reproduce it, purify it, and run it through the veins. And that's what – but sometimes there's just something off. And he's not only throwing Peyton Thorne under the bus, he's throwing Hunter Brown under the bus, and everybody else who's been a quarterback there saying they're just not doing what I'm telling them to do. Mm-hmm. They're not. And a poor craftsman blames his tools. And this is, look, Hugh Freeze stepped into a situation at Auburn. The powers that be and the alumni there are certifiably unhinged.
Yes.
You think A&M has bad little brother syndrome to Texas? Nothing. If A&M goes to therapy for their little brother syndrome to Texas, the therapist says, listen, it could always be worse. And they could say, well, why is it worse? Well, this fan base here is untreated, and look what's happening to them. Because theirs to Alabama. And look, the 2 most successful coaches in the history of college football are Bear Bryant and Nick Saban, and they both coached where? Alabama. So, yes, it is ingrained in the bones of Auburn. Look, A&M's to Texas's national championship score over all time is 4-1. Now, granted, since World War II, it's 4-0, but all time is 4-1. Correct?
Correct.
Auburn's to Alabama is like 19-1.
Or 2.
Like whatever, yeah. Or 2, whatever. Like it's a blowout on the scale of nothing. So keep messing around, Hugh Freeze, and blaming the players. They don't care. They bought out Brian Harsin in 18 months.
My thing, too,
You were supposed to come in and fix things and make them an SEC team again?
Not so much.
And they're no better. They have shown no potential to be any better than they were under Brian Harsin. Or under any, Gus Malzahn must be laughing his ass off.
Oh, absolutely. And it kind of makes you wonder why none of the quarterbacks that you thought would want to go to Auburn even, acknowledged it. Like that, you thought that would have been a good place for Grayson McCall. You wonder why Caden Salter didn't want to follow his coach. Like, there's plenty of.
I don't anymore.
Oh, well, yeah, you know what I mean. But at the time, It was a question. It was like a legitimate question. But like, I never trusted that dude. Like, I just do not trust Hugh Freeze at all. There's no way in hell I'd let my kid go play for him, or I would want to go play for him personally.
He's well known for shirking responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
Correct? This is not the first time in his life he's shirked responsibility. And as we know, Houston Nutt did not appreciate, somebody saying to him while he was still trying to get coaching jobs that all the recruiting violations happened under him. And he's like,
bruh, no.
No, I'm still trying to get jobs here. You don't do that. And then, by the way, I have this crazy fan here.
Yeah.
Who will just pour through phone records. My lawyer found this guy.
Right.
And he's going to pour through phone records. And, somebody doesn't know where burner phones are. It's almost as bad. I can't remember. Okay, what is worse? Are these on the same level? Hugh Freeze calling escorts on the university phone.
Okay.
Or Mike Price, who was the coach at Alabama but didn't get to coach a game at Alabama, paying for lap dances with the university credit card.
Ooh. Probably the phone. I don't know.
Here's the thing. You get in a bar and start like...
At least get some cash. Like, go
I don't know. Like, they're both equally stupid.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of a place is Bosoms, coach?
They got good wings.
The Aqua Zebra Lounge sounds like a strip club. Henry, look up this Aqua Zebra Lounge in Pensacola. It's definitely got to be a strip club, right? Mm-hmm. $700. Hey. What? That's not a team dinner. Yeah.